We're going past our favourite train station, Reggio, on the way to Ascoli. We always like to stop at Moccador Cafe because it's really lovely, the staff are lovely, and we can park the car right outside. Waiting for our tagliatelle to arrive, and as there was no coffee police around, I ordered a grande macchiato latte. It was really nice. I know it was after lunch and not allowed, but who was to know? Back on the road and the landscape's changing. We're getting lots of fruit trees and it's very flat. The service station cat came out to greet us and gave us the once over. We enjoyed a cornetta, which is filled with a crema, and it's so custardy and delicious. It's not over sweet. All I can say is it's perfect. Next we passed Grotto e Mare. I wouldn't mind going back there, it looks really lovely. And before we knew it, we were in Ascoli. They have very narrow lanes, and we reached our destination, which was a guest house that we booked. I shall leave the comments there. Our room for the next 2 nights. We left the suitcases and headed off into the old part of the town. We had to go past this lovely washing area. Times were hard. And then we passed this beautiful monument. Looking over the top of the bridge, you can see the river down in the valley. And as you pan across, you'll see we walked across this road into the old town. Our first glimpses of the old town. Very quiet, no one around. Then we came across some normal looking shops and a flat wide area. We also came across these beautiful elephants. There were a pair of them that are on either side of the doorway, and this is part of a bank. Another beautiful doorway. A fountain tucked away with a sundial on the wall. The side entrance to the Duomo, and in a minute you'll see the Duomo at the front. the red curtain really sticks out. We decided to go into the Duomo. And the first thing we saw was a beautiful glass case which has the nativity scene and some beautiful paintings behind. Duomo is huge and there's different sections, and this one it doesn't show, but it was really glittery and beautiful. Unfortunately the ceilings are being redone, and so they were covered in a sort of white netting, so you couldn't really see what was going on, which was a shame. Look at these beautiful horses, or seahorses. The water's drinkable, and I saw several people drinking from it. Absolutely beautiful, quite stunning. Look how clear that water is. And then on to Piazza del Popolo, bit of a mouthful, and the famous Cafe Meletti. Did we go into the Meletti Cafe? Of course we did. We wanted to try it out, and it didn't disappoint. It was beautiful inside, and the staff were really friendly and lovely, and it was a feast for the eyes. We ordered coffee and little shoe buns, which were really lovely. Beautiful buildings in Ascoli. The only problem is there's so much construction work. As you see here, everywhere they're reconstructing. We came across this walled garden. We weren't sure whether we can go in or not, but we found a gateway and we could. At the entrance there was a selection of old bells with dates and names on, and it was a very peaceful garden. I came across a lemon tree, but there was a sign on it, "Do not pick." There's a little mini grotto. Here too the box has suffered. I'm not sure if it has blight, which is a shame. Sadly, the weather was rather wet, so it doesn't look its best. Then tucked in the corner were doves, chickens, budgerigars and rabbits. The budgie giving it his all. We also spotted an eco post van, very promising. More building work, it's everywhere. We tried some local bakery items. The first one I thought was filled with cheese and spinach, but it turned out just to be cheese. But all the same, quite nice, and the pastry is quite sweet. The second item we tried was a potato pizza. We weren't as keen on this, but I think it was probably because it was cold. A glimpse of the red church, then an interesting building. The evening's drawing in and the lights are coming on, and we're in the Church of St. Francis, which is really beautifully lit. Tucked away is a beautiful statue with seating area. I particularly love the design of this lamp. Cafe Meletti looking absolutely grand and beautiful, lit up. You could hear the birds at night tweeting, really atmospheric. For dinner we decided to go to Ristorante Victoria. We had the stuffed olives and the fritte vegetables. We also had the speciality of arrostini, which is little lamb skewers, delicious. And all too soon our visit came to an end, and it was goodbye Ascoli, and we're on to our next stop,